were 21 films into a shared universe of cinematic magic. 21 stories that all lead into one another with plot points going back 10 years. 21 movies with characters that we've loved or fell in love with once we saw them brought to life on the big screen. 21 films. So does Captain Marvel deliver on the excellence we've come to expect and enjoy from Marvel Studios? Or will we need Captain Morgan to enjoy Marvel's newest movie? Let's talk about it in this review. Marvel Studios steps up to the plate to deliver its first female-led superhero film. This is the story about pilot Carol Danvers, whose body is permeated with incredible power after a plane crash. With this new power, she's adopted into the Kree army and trained in combat so that she can travel across the cosmos fighting the Skrull army. However, she can't remember all of her past, and the longer she's in space, the longer she has to endure these random flashes of her past that only really seem to confuse her. That is until she crash lands on Earth, and that's where the story begins. Overall, the highlight of this film for me was Captain Marvel, played by Brie Larson. She delivers a confident, sarcastic persona that doesn't shy away from anyone or anything. She's got the charm, she's got the smirk, she's got the swagger, and at the same time, she's never sacrificing her femininity to compete with her male co-stars. She delivers the total package in this film, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of her performance in Avengers Endgame. Now, truth be told, I got the exact same feeling the first time I saw Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman and Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. All three of these ladies have really stepped up and created and owned this brand new on-screen persona for their characters. They do a great job. All right, enough about that. Let's get back to this film, Captain Marvel. The delivery of the story I thought was pretty choppy, and it didn't really flow as well as I would have hoped. In fact, most of the first act is really kind of choppy and back and forth. It isn't until we see Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, fighting the Skrulls on their ship barefoot, and then she crash lands into Earth. It's really at that point when she crash lands on Earth that there's a really nice rhythm that hits with the film and everything seems to flow much better. We as the audience understand that she can't remember all of her past, and we're treated to how she gets her powers, who the good guys are, who the bad guys are, and we get more information as to her past as the film progresses. But again, that opening bit really choppy with the fast forwarding and the rewinding. And again, it isn't really until she crash lands on Earth where everything just seems to flow and there seems to be a nice rhythm to the way the story is delivered. Overall, I really enjoyed my time in this world with these new characters as well as some familiar faces from other films. And I enjoyed the story as well. The on-screen chemistry between Brie Larson and her co-stars I thought worked really well, whether it was on Earth, whether it was in space. I just thought they had a really great on-screen chemistry that felt believable. The back and forth witty banter, the serious / sarcastic type of Marvel comedy that we have come to expect from these films continues to work, continues to provide smiles, continues to provide chuckles. However, in this film, we do venture a little bit more into too many jokes, or we don't really let the serious moments in the film land because a joke is inserted to provide some levity. So this film does have a tendency to venture more towards comedy than, say, space aliens battling each other through space with a cat. Also, some of the jokes in this film are a little bit dated, definitely geared more for the adult audience. Now, I'm not suggesting it's adult humor, but if you didn't grow up or you didn't have to endure dial-up internet and CD-ROMs, you might not understand some of the jokes and you might not get why some of the old folks in the theater, like myself, were laughing during some of those key moments in the film. Captain Marvel is playing at your local movie theater right now, and I'm absolutely recommending a big screen viewing of this film. There's a few twists, there's a few turns. The story is written in such a way that you aren't 100% certain who the good guys are and who the bad guys are by the time the film concludes. Brie Larson again created an on-screen persona for Captain Marvel that absolutely won me over. The opening is a bit rough and sometimes the comedy is a bit much. But the overall experience I had watching these characters come to life on the big screen was absolutely enjoyable and a delight. So for these reasons, Captain Marvel will be getting at least one high five from this guy. Captain Marvel is playing at your local movie theater right now. Check it out in IMAX.